From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
I'm doing okay. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topic. Today is Martin Luther King Day, established in 1983 by Ronald Reagan. Long overdue, but thank you, everybody. I want to shout out to the teachers, not the ones here in the audience, but you two I'll get to in a moment, but the ones who reinforce his message. We don't need Black History Month to reinforce the message of where me and my people have come from, and also how far all of us need to go. Now, in the audience, I'm assuming there are a lot of teachers. I guess the banks are closed today, the post offices and stuff like that. And after you finish this show, you're gonna go out and drink, and then you go back home and you'll fall back in the bed. So you've learned nothing. Dr. King stood for peace, love, and equality. And, you know, when I was a kid, you know, me, my parents, what we did was we'd go and service people. I have to admit that, you know, with young Kev, you know, when he was a little boy, you know, we did that a couple of times, and then it just became overbearing because I work on King Holiday, because I have a dream, and it's right here. Just saying. And he would want it that way. You know, I have a dream. I'm trying to spread peace, joy, and hope here at this dump. So I hope you had a nice week. And apparently the most important thing today is that everybody's talking about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, which, you know, I mean, it's important in the scheme of, you know, if that's where your mind is always stuck. They were apparently the biggest story here in New York, too. They were on the cover of the New York Post. All the stuff going on, women being pushed in alleys and raped, you know, water mains breaking, but this is the most important story. Nice job. Anyway, excuse me, so the SAG Awards were last night. I didn't watch. I'm not a big fan of award shows, but these two came face to face backstage, and most of you probably only saw these pictures like I saw first, you know, when I woke up this morning. And I was like, wow, that's a really telling picture. Ooh, look at that one right there. And then there's a third one. This is where she's about to go on stage and get her award. Congratulations, Jen, and you too, Brad. But look at him hold her wrist. Delicately, but knowingly. And look at her push her fingers into her chest. In my mind, she's not pushing away. In my mind, these two have hooked up several times, even though he's not officially divorced. But, and I do want them to get back together. You know, I was asked this morning during the morning meeting, Norman can't stand the idea of what he's done to her, and she better never get back with him.
Never.
Well, Ryan Christopher at the Fox Morning News here in New York took a poll. Hi, Ryan, how you doing? And so he said 59% of people after last night want them to get back together. I'm part of the 59. 41% of you are on Norman's side, like you better never. Well, you know, people do bad, but then they grow up, and sometimes there's room for forgiveness. Isn't that Dr. King's thing? Okay? Let's keep it in perspective. And I said to Norman, well, don't be juvenile. Try to convince me why they should not get back together, and it better be good. Well, honey, he convinced me. Because these pictures, and pictures are always just a snapshot of a bigger moment. Well, the Bureau found a video of this encounter. Now, you take a look at what this exact encounter was. Okay? Okay?
That's it.
Now, do I think that they hook up now and again? Yes. Do I think they care to get back together? I don't think she cares to get back together with him. All them kids. And yet cheated on me.
Yep.
In front of all of us.
Yep.
Embarrassed me with that. And yourself too. You're right, Norman.
Yep.
Yup.
He's a dog.
Yup, you're right, you're right. I appeared at the SAG Awards only because it was on TNT and something else.
Yes.
Yeah, they shoved it down our throats
Right.
like I couldn't avoid it. You know what I mean? And I got there just in time to see Al Pacino give a speech that everybody says was really moving. I didn't stay for the speech though because I was only there because I gotta tell you something. The Housewives of Atlanta, the SAG Awards, all that stuff that was on last night, I'm strolling around saying there's got to be something, you know, that I just like good old TV. And I get, I'm going up high, my nose is starting to bleed. I get to channel 78, 79, 80, 81. And what did I see on IFC? Goodfellas. Now let me tell you something. I've seen this movie like 155 times, so I wasn't watching Pacino and all them on that SAG, but he damn sure stole the show along with everybody else in that movie. And it's 3.5 hours, and I have no patience for 3.5 hours anywhere. You know, not shopping, not a dinner, not a date. You know, at some point it's got to stop. You know, but I love that movie. And so that was my fix. And then whenever they'd go into commercials, then I changed, like I turned on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Which, by the way, because it snowed all weekend here in New York, and I already gave Nene the heads up, like, don't come up here this weekend because I'm not leaving the house. I'm centering my entire weekend around being in the house with really good food, and like, you can come over, but you might not like the food that I like, so you might have to bring something. I'm not going out. So it was supposed to be Nene and Marlo. Anyway, so I turned on the Real Housewives last night, and I feel like every time I watch, it's the same storyline. Like I can't, like clap if you watched last night. Yeah. Clap if you think every time you watch it's the same storyline. I can't. Sorry. So they went through this thing with natural hair versus packaged hair, and the girl, Tanya, she had a bag of hair that Kenya left, and the girls talk about it. Marlo is extra annoyingly loud at the nail salon or whatever they were doing. I don't even understand what the big deal was, but I guess you might care, so take a look.
When I opened it up, it was a phone charger and a wig.
You are lying! Did you take a picture of the wig?
I have the wig here.
It's your time, bitch!
You are kidding me!
She adds it in. See, you take it. Let me see, take your hair down. I don't want people's hair on my head.
A girl, if you don't stop.
I don't care. I'm a revealer.
Give me that. Give me this. Get that out your head,
No.
girl. Give me this sweat. Oh my God.
This is how she fool you. It's no Kenya Moore. It's fake. Wait a minute, what? I gotta drink to this.
What is the big deal? Looked like a nice wig too, but what is the big, they have to create a storyline. I'll tell you what my takeaway was, and I was only watching in between Goodfellas. My takeaway is that the most beautiful set of family on that entire show goes to Portia, Portia's sister, and Portia's mom. I tuned in on this particular scene. I don't even remember what they were talking about. But that Portia, with lashes, without lashes, short hair, long, that mother, like Cynthia, you're beautiful. I know you're the supermodel. And you and Portia are equally beautiful. And your mom, Cynthia, is beautiful. But Mrs. Williams, she's beautiful. And Cynthia, you have a beautiful sister. I see where the cheekbones all run in the family. But your sister cannot battle Portia's sister in a beauty contest. I like all of you all, but I was so stuck on dumb storylines. I don't even remember what they were talking about here. My takeaway was that this is the most beautiful set of women family members I've ever seen on any TV. All three of them, you know? And the other takeaway was Portia was sitting there with a t-shirt with the brat on it, which I like, you know, because they do the Dish Nation show. And so anyway, and now back to Goodfellas. All right, over the weekend, Rihanna, allegedly, you guys, has split from that Saudi billionaire boyfriend of hers. She's been dating him for 3 years. His name is Jamil. That's not a good picture of him. You need to show him in his standard outfit. That face of his, ooh, and he's got the nose. But look, so she's moved on from him after 3 years and moved into the arms of the rapper A$AP Rocky. Damn, he looks like nephew of Denzel or a young Denzel or something. He's all kind of pretty, right? Anyway, they were rumored to be dating back in 2013. I didn't know who A$AP Rocky was in 2013, so I guess maybe they ran into each other a few times recently. And she was like, wow, you've stepped your, because we knew who Rihanna was back then, but we didn't know who he was. So maybe she just put him on the back burner and said, okay, you know, I'll double back around if you, if you get your image weight up and your money up. So they were posted together last month at the British Fashion Awards. There they are together. And then there was this big charity concert here in Brooklyn on Friday. I heard everybody was there. And they were there together as well. Uh-huh. And then I was asked in our morning meeting, why do you think she let the billionaire go? I said, well, maybe she's not ready to move that fast into getting married and have kids. I mean, Rihanna is still young. How old is Rihanna? 30?
31.
31. Maybe she's not ready to get married yet. I mean, she's still got eggs left and, you know, she can still... No, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Maybe she's not ready to have kids. Maybe he has customs from where he's from that she wasn't willing to adapt in the name of Janet Jackson. You know? Well, you never know. Like, what if he's telling her to put on clothes? And she's like, no, 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 my people know me for being naked. Sorry, Jamil. And A$AP, you better not say a word, because you might be popular now, but I've got more money and I'm more popular. Yeah. So good for them. Did you watch the Kamaya Mo story? Clap if you watched. I watched it, right? Because I was in the middle of a marathon of Sex and the City. This came on Saturday, right? And, you know, I had somebody over, and the person didn't complain about the Sex and the City marathon because the person was doing other stuff. And so I'm watching, and I could just watch the same dialogue over and over. One of my favorite ones is when all the girls lay on Carrie's bed, and she's trying to spring clean her closet, because then now she's engaged to Big, and they're about to move into the other apartment, and Carrie and all of them are modeling the clothes, and Charlotte's daughter is sitting there, you know, on the bed with them. That was just a real fun time. That was a fun time. So I got a screenshot of Samantha trying on clothes, and I put that, I think, on the ground. Yep, that's me. Yeah, I was there. And I'm having fun, and I'm eating some quiche, and then my friend left, and when I posted this video on the gram, you guys are the ones who reminded me, don't forget at 8 o'clock, the Kiana Taylor, Kamaya Mobley story is coming on. And I was like, oh, right. Remember Robin Roberts, she was one of the executive producers of it. So, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't sure that I was going to stay, but I had a good snack, new guest in, dinner for two. It was snowing out, please. It's cuffing season, right? And the guest bought the food, all I had to do was plate it. Here's the setup right here on my Instagram. Spinach, margarita pizza, good old lamb chop. Actually, it was a veal chop, but I didn't want to say that part. Every once in a while, I do like veal. It's a veal chop, okay? But it was so big that I had to cut it, and all kinds of seasoning. I like a bone, so you know this is my plate. Look, and so when 8 o'clock comes, I turn on the Kamaya Mobley story, but I'm like, oh, I've just been watching Sex and the City and laughing and having fun. I don't know that I want to be brought all the way down. Like, it's snowing outside, but it's warm in here. I got good food. Do I want to? I said, all right. I watched it. It had me sucked in for like the first 20 minutes. And then they went to commercial. Niecy Nash did a good job. The acting was good. The story, I stayed for the whole 2 hours, by the way. I stayed for the whole 2 hours. I wasn't even doing in between watching. I stayed for the whole 2 hours. A really interesting story, cautionary tale, is the story that when you have a baby, do not let anybody in that hospital let that baby out of your eyes. Then she ended up changing her name from Alex, which Niecy Nash, her mother in it, named her when she stole her from the hospital after she was only 8 hours old. She changed her name from Alex. Now she's a 20-something-year-old girl, and she agreed with this. Now her name is back to being Kamaya. You wonder why I forget her name? Hi, young lady. I'm glad to see, hopefully everything worked out with you. I didn't stay for Robin's one-on-one interview afterwards. Did you stay for that? Clap if you stayed for that. Oh, see, you wanted to be brought all the way down. I was like, nope, something's gonna lift me all the way up. I changed back to that Sex and the City marathon. But it was a good story, you know, it was a good story. Depressing, though. Yeah. Look, I am happy for Meghan Markle and Prince William. And Harry. Tired of talking about it. We talk more about their politics than we talk about our own. Thank God Donna Brazile saved it on, I love the George Stephanopoulos. I told you that's how I get my Sunday started, and Donna Brazile was on. Hey, Donna. Love to see when you're on TV. I love to see what you have to say. That's her right here. So, about this Meghan Markle, she's being slammed by her own father. The father, Thomas Markle, you know, he tried to convince us that he didn't want to be part of any of the lights and camera of his daughter's new life. But he's the one, remember, he staged a paparazzi meeting him outside the store. You know, so yes, you do, sir. Anyway, poor slob. Look, he is getting his own documentary on British TV. It's a one-off, and I don't know whether it's gonna be 1 hour or 2 hours. But we don't get British TV over here. I mean, I get the BBC. It might be on the BBC. I don't wanna watch, I don't care. Like, anyway, this is what Mr. Markle had to say, and then we'll talk.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing to me. When they got married, they took on an obligation, and the obligation is to be part of the royals and to represent the royals, and it would be foolish for them not to. They're destroying it. They're cheaping it. They're making it shabby. They're turning it into a Walmart with a crown on it.
That was a good one there, Santa Claus. All right, Walmart with a crown. There are a few things that I noticed just in this clip because I was forced to watch this in our Hot Topics morning meeting. I really don't much care about any of it. I think that he's doing it because he needs the money. I think that he's doing it because he actually found out something about himself. He likes the attention. I also don't feel that Meghan and Harry will destroy the monarchy. That they'll go on and they'll live their lives. The rest of them will carry on, probably even stronger. Because William and Kate are trapped. You know what I'm saying? And their kids better not think about flying the coop. And the son, what's the one with the ears?
Which one? Oh, Prince Charles?
Prince Charles is all the way back in. He feels as though, he's a better son to his mother than he has been in a long time. And Camilla is someplace totaling. Like these two can't destroy the royal monarchy or whatever the heck. And they didn't give back their titles. They just said they're gonna put them on pause. Maybe one day they'll get tired of being regular people and then go back and she'll say, I want to be a prince or princess and whatever. But maybe they never will. You all just take each other's hands and run. You'll always be royal to the rest of the world. We don't need your family to remind us of that. They say when you see something, say something. So by last night, I'm watching the 11 o'clock news, and I thought we already knew who was gonna play in the Super Bowl. I had no idea that it was declared this weekend. All right. So I'm watching, because I think it was a woman sportscaster who was telling it. I always like to see women in a tight shift dress lay it down with the sports. It's kind of like, we can have our cake and eat it too, right? So I think it was Andy Adler. Hi, Andy. So anyway, she was telling me through the TV, the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl players. Now look. But all I could notice, right? This is the see something, say something. This Jimmy Garoppolo, honey, he is all kind of, Patrick Mahomes is not bad looking, but I think much like Michael Ealy, you just fall for the blue eyes and automatically say he's good looking. He needs further examination to me. And both places have really good food. I'm not turning it on though until Jennifer and Shakira hit the stage. But if you turn it on early, shout out to Demi Lovato, she's gonna sing the national anthem. Yeah. Now remember, Demi, you can't twerk while you're doing the national anthem. You gotta wear something civilized and covered up, and you gotta hit those notes, because that's a hard one. Well, speaking of the big bowl, we called it the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think you can.
We can do that now?
Yeah, you can't just brand it though.
We're not branding it.
Yeah, but you can say Super Bowl.
Yeah, all right, well, there's really exciting news around here for Wendy watchers, because we want to send a Wendy watcher to the Super Bowl. Now listen. No, it's not gonna be that easy. You gotta work for it. And you gotta do the work on your own, right here on the Wendy stage. You know how we normally have our Boogie in the End Zone contest? That's from last year, right? All you have to do is win our actual end zone contest on January 31st, and we're gonna fly you and a friend to the Super Bowl. Now see this girl right here? You see that split? Now, if you wanna beat that, then you need to know how to death drop. You understand? Our dancers are very, very talented. Go to wendyshow.com to enter, and we've got more great King Show for you today, everybody. Up next, we've got the inside scoop on Denise Richards and Brandy Glanville's alleged love affair. So grab a snack and, you know it.